Still on ARCAD 322, our exercise number 4 will be 3 designs for 3D perimeter fence, wherein we will be recycling your 3D metal panels. So as you can see, we have here. So these are my examples, and everyone will be uniform by 8 linear meters. Ulitin ko, everyone will be uniform sa design. 8 linear meters po tayo, okay? And then wala siyang entrance gate or service gate. So just merely fence design lang siya, okay? Now, you can see here your 3D metal panels or plates. Gagamitin po natin sila for this exercise, okay? I already have provided my top view or yung pinaka wall plan niya. Ayan, columns and so on. So that will be, it will be more easier. Okay? Mas madali po if we have the top view of our designs. So let's start. I already have copied my design. There you go. I have 3 designs. This is the first one, second, and third one. Okay? So I have copied and pasted everything. First, again, ulitin ko, ginawa ko muna sila sa 2D before ko sila i-3D kasi mas madali yon. Okay, it's more convenient, you can be more productive, you can be more creative doing things in 2D muna as compared sa nag-start ka kagad sa 3D. Okay? So, let's switch our view to Southwest for our first design. There you go. I'll just be creating 3P so I can align my objects para tumayo etong ano. I did this 2D sketches or these 2D designs in a separate CAD file. Then again, I did Control C and Control V. Okay? Now, I have created them on, naka-align sila sa X and Y. And I need this part of the drawing to be aligned along ZAxis. So, I'm going to, oh sorry, this should be nakatayo. I'm going to delete it muna. I apologize for that. Again, this is 1, 2, and 3. And then AL for align. And select these objects that you want to align with that 3D polyline. Okay. So, first source point, ito yun. This is 1 and 2. Second source point, 1 and 2. And third source point, ito yun, 1 and 2. Okay? So these are just fine. We can just simply delete them. Okay, let's see. For this wall, this one has a height of 2 meters. Okay, so ito yung pinaka-reference natin. I'll be using box. And then make sure OSNAP is on because we will be using opposite corner points. So endpoint here and endpoint up there. There you go. And then specify height of box. So type natin 2, enter. And then next one, we have this columns. I believe they have the same height with the previous wall, which is 2 meters also. So we can use the box command for this. So again, that's 1 and 2. And enter because we will be using the same box height. So enter. And you can just copy because they are of similar dimensions, okay? And afterwards, we have this. Okay, so you can actually use box for this one, but let's try another method. So that's 3P. Then I will be picking all the endpoints. And it has the close option, so we can use that for this. So close, and there you go. Let's move it. I'm going to pick the endpoint here, going up here. And that's EXT for extrude. Select this object, select, enter. It asks for height of extrusion or yung pinaka-thickness niya. So I'll just be picking my endpoint here. Okay, there you go. Now we're going to copy this particular metal plate here. Okay, so let's see. So from this part of your wall here, let us see the distance. We have a distance of 0.05. There you go. Ito pala, sorry. Now, I'm going to go here. I'm going to create a line from the midpoint. Click and downwards the 0.05. Enter and enter. Then after creating that line, I'm going to copy this. Okay, again, remember this is window selection. If it's blue, that's window selection. Ibig sabihin, you can only, or objects that are 100% na pumasok dun sa blue area are just the one to be selected. Okay? Ito naman yung cross. Okay? Cross naman is dapat, or basta tinamaan siya ng green area, selected siya. But the window selection dapat 100%. Okay? Anyway, let's proceed. So I'm going to press enter after selecting all of the necessary objects. And I'll be picking my uh, midpoint here. There you go. And click dito. Yung ginawa nating reference earlier. Okay? So click that. So I'm just going to check in conceptual. Okay. See? And again, that CO enter. I'm going to pick from here. Papunta dito. And click enter. I'm going to pick the endpoint dito or pwedeng yung midpoint dito. Okay? Yan. Dito pala. And I'm going to click. Pwede siyang perpendicular, pwede siyang midpoint. Okay? Click and click and enter. Okay? So, let's see. VSR. Ito na siya. Okay? So, what about this one? These are metal plates, or I will be using fiber cement boards for this. So, I'm going to type VS2. So, I'm going to type, or I'm going to use command for 3P again for this. Okay? And I'm going to extrude them. Okay, probably at 0.05 or 2 inches. And then I'm going to type matte for the materials. I'm going to switch my visual style into realistic. Okay, I'm going to look for wood. Okay, panels. Okay, so I'll be selecting this and maybe this one. Okay, so while the object is selected, I'm going to click this apply button here. There you go. And of course, you have to quick save things. That's Control S. Okay, I'm going to measure this. Okay, so we have a distance of 0.05. Dito tayo. L enter. I'll be picking here. That's 0.05. Enter and enter. Going to copy or move M, enter. Select this, enter. Going to click the midpoint. And another snap endpoint here. Okay, so click. There you go. Copy. CO. Select this, enter. And I'm going to click this endpoint here instead. So this is my base point. Click, and this is my destination point or second point of displacement. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Enter. Okay, so this is now my first fence design. Okay, so I can simply select any material. Maybe I want this to be let's see, let's look for masonry. Okay, masonry, click that. Meron siyang stone. Okay, I'll be selecting this. And let's see this ashlar. So click. Okay, so I'm good with that. And then I'll be selecting this. Okay, let's look for metallic paint. Mm-hmm. Glossy black or satin black. And again, just MA. Select this and select all of those objects. Or before you copy, you can already assign these materials. Mas mabilis. Now, what you can do, so you can easily select objects. We have here the union command, okay, or the uni command, okay. So let's see how does it happen. So when you use uni, you select 3D solid objects. You actually make one entity out of those selected objects. So basically for easy selection. Okay, enter. So ayan sila. But ito hindi. So uni, enter. So select this and this. Yan, enter. Okay? So isang object na lang sila. And naka-black na din siya. It looks like white because of the reflection of the sun and sky yung sinelect kong background. Okay? So uni ulit. I'll be selecting this. Yan. Enter. And MA. I'll be selecting the material of the frame and pasa ko dito. Ayaw niya mag-uni. Uni. Select this again and that. Okay. I believe it's sumobra sa pagka-copy. Even this one. No. So, uni ulit. So, select this, sorry. And this. And select the other parts of your plates that are not yet kasama doon sa selection. Enter. So, yan. Isang object na lang sila. Okay? I want my columns for this one naman to be not white. White is masyadong ano. So, I'll look for wall paint, matte, maybe something wheat or ivory. Eto. Yan. Wheat. Okay? So, click that. You can also select this and this one and wheat. And this. I want this to be a little contrasting. Or maybe something uh, I guess that's chestnut. Okay, there you go. Or cafe or tan, something like this. Or kaya lang nagiging monochromatic na siya dito. Black na lang, sige. Okay? So that's the first design. So you have to control save or control S for quick save. Let's go with the second one. That's 2D wireframe. Okay. So again, that's 3P para mag-align siya. AL. Okay. So I'll just pick this endpoint here, papunta dito. Endpoint to endpoint. Okay. So we're good. So dun muna tayo sa column. So let's check. I believe this column has a height of 2 meters also. Tapos meron siya molding. Let's check the height of the molding. That's 4 inches or 0.1. Okay? Sige. I believe we have 4 columns. Yeah, that's BOX. Be pick from here, be picking from here up there or out there. So that's to enter. And box ulit. Okay. So click this, pupunta doon. And that's 0.1, enter. And I'll be moving this, M, enter, select this, enter. I'll pick the endpoint here, up here. Okay. And gusto ko siya lagyan ng ano, it's to plane. So, gawa ako ng 3P. Doon muna ako sa gitna. There you go. And then 3P, enter. Maybe at 0.03. 0.03. Click there and there you go. And let's look for sweep. Select this, enter, and select this one. Okay? Kung dati sinubtract natin siya dun sa 3D bar, this time, we're going to have it as a molding. Okay? So, let's check. Ito naman siya. Kasi sinubtract natin siya dati, it has created parang groove doon sa 3D bar natin. This time naman, I want it to be parang concrete moldings. Okay? So, I'm going to select this part. Dark gray. Ito naman is parang olive green. Okay. This one naman is yan, lean and white. Okay. So, let's copy this. One at 0.4 and another one at 0.8. And another one at 0.4 and another one at 0.8. Okay. And VS ko muna siya for 2D wireframe. Copy. So, let's select this object. And I'm going to click sa midpoint. 1, 2, and 3. There you go. And followed by this 3D metal plate. Again, I'm going to type L. That's 0.05. That will be my reference for copying. And then, eto na siya. So, CO. Enter. So, I'll be picking the midpoint. Lagay ko siya dito. Okay. Now, sipatin ko lang siya. Realistic. Parang I want it just simply white. Okay? So, I'm good with this. Hindi ko na siya lalagyan ng material. We're going to copy it na lang. So, select this. Yan. Okay, afterwards, I'm going to dito na lang. Dito na lang ako mag-base point. Papunta dito. Okay, click. And meron pa pala tayo sa gitna. But I cannot do that. So, what I'm going to do is this one kasi is elevated. So, let's check kung ilan. I guess it's 0.05. Tama. Sige, I'm going to create a line na lang. Dito sa gitna, that's 0.05. Enter. And copy ulit. Yan. Gusto kong makuha yung gitna ng base, which is meron naman, available naman because we have reference here. So, I'll be picking that endpoint, or sorry, that midpoint, and yung kinreate natin kanina. Yan. So, click, and enter. Okay? Next one. Ito naman yung gawin natin. So, I'm going to create 3P na lang for this. And extrude it for later. Okay, and C to close. And then, let's move it. Going to pick here. And dito. There you go. So, that's EXT, enter. Select this, enter. And click ko siya dito sa midpoint. There you go. And then, I already have this tubular here. Let's see the height. They are at 1.65 or pwede rin naman kasi silang extrude. Select this rectangles. There you go. And enter. So, instead na maglagay tayo ng height dito, we can just simply click this midpoint here. So, ganun din naman yung magiging height nila. Kasi from the base or kung saan sila nakalocate, papunta dun sa object snap, that is technically 1.65. So, that is as good as making an input for the value. So, let's check VSR. Ito na sila. So, mhm. I want this to be black, just like this one. Yung mga tubular natin. Sorry. So, MA enter, I'll be picking this material. And I'll be clicking this. Okay. And then for this one, parang may iba akong gusto sa kanya. Para lumagpas to. There's something wrong with this. Wait, I'll just check my front view. Probably hindi siya tumama. Okay. That's negative V S E. Okay, I'm just going to move this entire thing and click ko siya sa midpoint. Going to another midpoint. There you go. So, okay na. Okay. Aha. I want this to be gray. Okay. Or not really gray. I don't like black. It's too ano. Light still blue. Something like that lang. Okay. And then I'm going to VS to negative V to change the view and T for top. Okay. Saan ba yun? Now, ito yun. I'm going to mirror. Select this. Kasi based from my design, they are symmetrical. Okay, so after selecting this, enter. Specify first point of mirror line. I'll be picking the midpoint here and I'll just pick somewhere here. Click, enter. Let's see. Balik tayo dito. That's front view muna. Sige, check ko. Okay, there you go. Front view and realistic. So, there you go. Meron palang isa dito na hindi nalagyan ng material. Okay. We're good with the second design. Southwest ko ulit. But as you can see, nagbago tayo ng view. So, you can check your UCS. Nagpunta siya sa my Y wherein this should be the Z-axis. So, that will be UCS. Enter, enter para bumalik siya dun sa original na Z. Okay? So, we already have the first and second design. Okay? Dun tayo sa my last natin. So, I'm going to create 3P. And then that's AL. Okay, I'm going to just align all of these things. Okay, once I'm good, enter. Pick here, up here. May naiwang isa. Okay? Ah, sige, okay lang yan. Let's see. Let's extrude first or use box. This one has a height of 2 meters pa rin. So that is box 1 and 2. And that's 2, enter. Balik ko muna siya ng 2D wireframe. Then afterwards, I'm going to copy this. Okay, so CO, enter. Wala pa pala siya reference. But then again, sige, gawa muna tayo. L. Pipicking, that's 0.05, enter, and enter to terminate. Move ko lang. Kunin ko lang yung midpoint dito. Papunta dito. Yan. Okay. So, lagyan muna natin siya ng material before we do the mirror thing. I prefer it this way. Black yung frame, then white yung sa loob niya. So, ito na lang yung hanapan natin ng material. I want this to be masonry ulit. Ito. Brick, stone, Sige, let's check the stone. Select one of these or select the object. Uh-huh. Onyx black. It's too dark. This one will do. Okay. So afterwards, I'm going to return it to 2D wireframe and negative V T for top view. Then afterwards, I'm going to mirror this. MI select this. There you go. So once the objects to be reflected or to be duplicated in a reverse manner are already selected, just have to press enter. I'll pick the midpoint here and up there. Okay, click enter. Hindi siya na tumugma. Anyway, no problem. Just look for southwest and M to move. Okay, just be selecting this. Okay, deselect this part by holding shift enter, and I'll be picking here up here. Okay, okay, then once we're good with that, we're going to create boxes. So this one has a height of 2.30. Okay, so that is box. We pick 1 and 2, and that's 2.3. Enter, and applyan na natin siya ng material. Let's see. I just want a plain ano. For this one, hanap tayo. Matte. Select this. Okay, gray na lang. Okay, afterwards we're going to copy it. So that will be CO. Enter. Select this. Enter. So I'll be picking the midpoint. And then it has a lower wall. Yun nandito. Let's check the height. So that's 1.2. Okay. So again, that is box 1 and 2. And that's 1.2. Enter. And I want this one to be yeah, light beige. Okay. So copy. Click this. Enter. That's midpoint. Midpoint. And there you go. And next one will be this. So again, that's 3P. C to close. Going to move it. I guess I made ayaw niya. Ito yun. So I'm going to move this one dito. And again, that's EXT for extrude. Select this, enter. I'll be clicking the endpoint here. Okay? So I want this one to be gray also. So match property, MA, enter. Select this, and I want it to be gray also. And then we have here some square bars. So let's see. Ilan yung difference niya? It's 0.0875. Anyway, I'm going to extrude this. Enter. Click sa midpoint. EXT, enter. Select ko ulit dito. That's 0.025. Enter. And I'm going to create a line here. L. That's 0.0875. Enter. Enter. And I'm going to change to 2D wireframe para nakikita natin. Okay, so I would really prefer this one to be a little white or parang light lang. So, select ko muna siya. Hahanap ako ng metallic paint. Yan, parang, oh, no, something like reflective ivory. Okay? Or parang, anyway, let's see what will happen. I'm going to move this M, enter, select this, and I'll be picking the midpoint. Kunin ko yung ni-reference ko kanina. Dito siya banda. Yan. Okay? And I'm going to copy this. And this will be the base point. And then I'm going to copy slowly every midpoint. Okay, there you go. Almost done. Yun na lang box na nandito. Okay? So, what I'm going to do is to create 3P. So, dalawa. C to close. Then, I'm going to move this to binura ko lang yung ano kasi mas nase-select yung sa object na pumupunta sa taas. Okay? Anyway, I'll move this dito. Yan. And let us check the extrusion. It's somewhere 0.25. Okay? So we're going to extrude both of this 0.25, enter, and I'm going to command for subtract. So select this. So anong object yung babawasan? Ito po yun. So select, enter. Anong object yung ibabawas? I'll be selecting the smaller box. Select that, enter. So there you go. So butas na siya. And I'll switch to the wireframe. So yung thinner wall natin, I'm going to check it. So meron siyang height na 1.7. Okay? So again, that is box. I'll be picking from here. Papunta dito. So that's 1.7. Enter. And I'll move this one. Select. Enter. This one is midpoint up to midpoint. Okay? Or perpendicular also. Then meron na siyang given na material. Alam ko I have the one na sinet natin before. Ito yon yung stone clad, if you still remember that. So I'll just switch to realistic. Select this. And hanapin ko si stone clad. And click. There you go. Sara ko lang to. Wait lang. Okay, so after that, I'm going to select this one and yan, yung width na lang. Okay, I don't like something that is too white. Parang dead end na ng tao if it's too white. Okay, so width will do, or if you, kasi what I wanted is umangat siya. So I want a color something like this pero magiging redundant na siya. Okay? Anyway, I have this. Okay, so I'm going to extrude this one at 0. Somewhere 2 inches lang kasi this is just a molding. 0.05. Okay? So I'm going to move this. Okay? Kunin ko siya dito. And click ko yung dito niya. Yan. Okay? So, I'll be selecting this. Or maybe I'm fine with white. Since moldings lang naman siya. I don't find it too awkward with that. And let's check the distance of one to another. It's 0.4. Okay? So, copy. Select this, enter. Pick sa midpoint. That's 0.4, enter. 0.8, enter. 1.2, enter, and 1.6, enter, and enter. So, we're done. Pwede ko nang burahin yung mga to. para luminis yung file ko. And of course, don't forget to quick save every now and then. I'm going to erase this. Okay, now, some students are encountering problems with the perspective command. Okay, so let's try another one. I'm going to switch my view to top. I'm going to command for cam or camera. This is one way to create a perspective view. So cam, enter. Sabi niya, specify camera location. Okay? So the camera location is kung saan yung nagpipicture. So lagay ko lang siya dito. Kunwari dito yung nagpipicture. Yan. Okay? Specify target location. So ano ba yung pinipicturean? Okay? So you can have it somewhere here or yung pinaka-target na tinatawag natin, camera target, or ano yung pinipicturean or nagpipicture. So, click natin. Click and enter. Now, once you select the camera glyph po yung tawag dyan. And so, you click it, ito yung napipicturean niya. Nasa bandang baba siya. Okay? Let's check it on left view. So, ito siya. Nasa baba. Okay? So, palitan natin siya, bigyan natin, elevate natin yung camera ninyo. Okay? So, let's go back with top view. Going to erase this one. Okay. So, ulitin ko yung command, that's cam or for camera. Specify camera location. So, dito yung nagpipicture, sabihin na natin. And usually, when we take pictures, the normal visual na sinusundan natin for perspective angles, when it comes to architectural presentation, fina-follow natin yung 1.8 meters, di ba? Or medyo baba natin siya ng konti, mga 1.6, okay? So, specify camera location. We want our camera location to be elevated on Z-axis ng 1.6 para wala siya dun sa baba. Kasi, yung kanina, yung napipicturean niya is nasa bandang baba. So, we have to move it upwards along Z-axis. So, gawin natin, specify camera location. Before we pick a point, we type the point filter .xy. Okay? So, .xy, enter. Camera off. So, i-click ko siya dito. Yan. Now, after picking that, magtatanong siya ng Z-axis. So, iti-type ko yung 1.6. Okay? Again, before you pick the camera location, you have to type the point filter .xy. Pag tinype mo yon, magtatanong siya ng Z. So, pwede mong i-elevate yung camera location mo with that point filter. Okay? So, enter ko. Specify target location. Pag kinlik ko yan, nasa baba. So, parang yung nagpipicture is parang aerial siya. But we want our camera location and our camera target to be on the same height on the Z-axis. So, tatype ko ulit .xy, enter. Click ko lang dito. Need Z. So, gusto ko pantay lang. So, that's again 1.6. Enter and another enter. Okay, so once the camera command is done, you just have to select the camera glyph and ayan na yung na-picture niya. This is the preview. Okay, so right click ko lang. We have here set camera view. Okay, so ito na po yung na-picture ng camera natin earlier. Okay, so that's another way. You can always correct your camera view by doing an orbit. Okay. So, escape ko. So, this is a perspective view. Okay. So, VS2 for 2D wireframe, negative V for top. You can actually mirror this. Select this, enter. 1 and 2, enter. So, you have two perspective view. Pwede nyo actually yung i-adjust. Okay. Yan. If your ortho is off, okay, this is one way to create perspective view in AutoCAD by setting your camera. So, ulitin natin siya dito. That's cam. Enter. Camera location, we want it to be elevated on z-axis. So, gagamitin natin yung point filter na .xy. Enter. So, this is where my camera located. So, click. Z-axis, pwede nyo siyang ibaba ng konti, 1.5. Enter. Target location. So, before ko i-click yung target niya somewhere here or banda dito or dito. Again, gusto ko na mag-elevate siya sa Z. So, gagamitan ko siya ng .xy ulit. Of what? So, tatype ko muna or i-click ko muna dito banda. Once na-click ko na yan, magtatanong siya ng Z-axis or amount for that. Again, that's 1.5. Enter. And enter. So, select this camera glyph. Glyph po yung tawag dyan. Hindi siya printable. Okay? So, select. So, you can still correct it. Yan. Okay? Gusto yung i-change yung target niya. Pwede. Kaya lang medyo mahirap ng konti. Unlike dito sa camera location. Okay? Now, once you're good with it, you can always do right-click habang selected yung camera glyph and look for set camera view. Okay? And we're good to render. RR. Enter. So this will take a little time. Again, if your computer specs is hindi ganun kataas, pwede nyo i-adjust yung ano ninyo. You can always adjust your RP ref settings. Kung kaya naman, you can always opt for higher settings. Kung hindi naman, as long as presentable po yung output ninyo, walang problema. Okay? So, you will be submitting. I-close ko na to because you already know what to do after this. So, what you're going to submit to me for this exercise after 1 week is yung 2D muna. Okay? So, i-2D nyo muna siya. Wag muna kayo mag-3D. So, dun sa 2D, I want to see 3 designs. So, each design includes the top view. Lagyan nyo siyang ganyan para mas madali po silang gawin pag nasa 3D na kayo. And then, of course, the front elevation. Again, we will all be uniform with 8 meters. Okay? So, once okay na kayo sa mga design ninyo, na-squeeze out nyo na yung mga creative juices natin. Okay? So, pwede nyo na siyang i-3D. Okay? Now, dun sa 3D, yung pinaka-output po ninyo is yung nasa RP-ref settings. Okay? So, this RPF, kayo na po magde-determine. Depende po sa kaya ng specs ng laptop or ng desktop ninyo. And then, you will be submitting to me minimum. Okay? Minimum of 1 JPEG file or 1 perspective view per design. Kung gusto nyo dalawang perspective view or dalawang JPEG per design, walang problema. So, you will be submitting to me a PDF. Titin ko, a PDF like this. Okay? Scale na ginamit ko dito is 1:70. And then, for the 3D itself, naka-render na po. Isang JPEG minimum per isang design. So, 3 JPEG yan. Minimum, okay? If you want different angles, gusto nyo 3 angle per design. So, a total of 3 times 3, 9 JPEGs. Wala pong problema. Okay? More efforts, more points din po. Okay? Thank you so much. That's it for the exercise number 4.